What's up, you guys? Today's another Firemouth Cichlid video coming up. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about my Firemouth Cichlid setup. And we're going to go over all the equipment I have on here and just my thoughts and explain to you how to set up a Firemouth Cichlid tank. So everything in this video is going to be a budget setup. But just so you guys know, I know it's a rimless tank and that's not really a budget setup. So everything on the tank except for the rimless aquarium itself. So just keep that in mind when I'm talking about budget setup. I suppose it could be a budget setup if you got the tank used. You know, maybe somebody gave you a acrylic rimless tank, but let's just say that doesn't happen. Okay. So the whole reason I wanted to do a budget setup on my channel is because I want to appeal to what most people can do at home. And I want them to have maybe similar results or better results, who knows. And I want to show them what they can achieve with certain gear. All right, so let's talk about a tank first. You're gonna want to get at least a 40-gallon tank. Now, you can pull off a 30 or a 20-gallon tank with a Firemouth Cichlid, but you want to have some room to play. So I'm gonna suggest a 40-gallon tank. Now, this tank is a 60-gallon aquarium, and with this internal sump, it's more or less a 50-gallon aquarium. So it's not that much bigger than a 40 is what I'm trying to say. So you could also do like a single Firemouth Cichlid in a 20-gallon or maybe a pair in a 30-gallon, but 40 gallons or more gives you more room to play. Another thing to keep in mind is make sure you get a wide tank instead of a tall tank so that your fish have room to swim around. All right, these next tips I'm gonna give you, I broke these rules, so don't do as I say, not as I do. You're gonna want to set up your tank away from a window, you know. If you set it next to a window, you're gonna grow algae, which I never open these blinds, so that's why I don't have algae. The next thing is you don't wanna put it next to a window because there'll be a draft and the tank will get cold. And I live in North Dakota, and trust me, it gets cold. And let me just tell you a story. I went out of town for work and my heater broke, and you know, I was dumb and I only had one heater in my tank, and all my fish when I got back, they were swollen up like a balloon. I thought they all had dropsy, but luckily they were just constipated because they were cold. You know, tropical fish, when it gets cold, they get really constipated and they can't pass their bowels, so they were all swollen up. Luckily, I didn't lose any. Anyways, you want to keep it away from the window if you can. Long story short, the next thing, you want a lid on your aquarium, and that is because they'll jump out. Pretty much any fish can jump out of an aquarium, so you're gonna need a lid. I know in my videos I never have a lid on this, but I actually do have a lid. Okay, next thing you're gonna want is an air stone, or some type of air system that's gonna, you know, put oxygen in your tank, like having bubbles in your aquarium or like a hang-on back filter. And this tank is a little deceptive. You can't see it here. Let me bring you guys over here. But if you look, let me move. Gotta walk around. You guys are on a tripod. So if you look in here, my overflow weirs, it actually creates a trickle down into the filter sock here. So, I need to clean those out. As anyways, it basically gives you that same effect as a hang-on back filter. So the water in here, and plus this, you can see this is agitating the surface as well. But basically, all you need is surface agitation for oxygen. it can be in the form of bubbles bursting at the top of the water surface, or it can be this canister outlet, or it could be a sump with the trickle effect. It doesn't matter. As long as you have surface agitation, that's what creates the oxygen. Oh yeah, one thing I always forget, if you do have like a sponge filter or an air stone, make sure you put a check valve within the airline tube. They're super cheap, but it's gonna stop the, say in a power outage, the water goes down the airline tube and ruins the air pump. Okay, so what have we talked about so far? So I got the filter on there. The filter is a Cascade Canister Filter, which I've done a review on this channel already. So go check that out if you want me to go more in depth. But I think I did it like 6 months ago, and the filter is still working great. It's still, got the same water pressure, and I don't know what else to say. Anyways, lights is next, what we're going to talk about. Lighting is not really necessary when it comes to a Firemouth Cichlid tank. You don't even have to have it. So if you're really on a budget, skip out on the lights first. Unless if you're going to grow plants, you'll need a light. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking plants in a cichlid aquarium. That's not even doable. That's stupid. Wait till my next video, or a video this week. I'm gonna do Firemouth Cichlid planted plants. Anyway, so the lights are Hygger LED lights. I just did a review on those too, and I have 2 reviews on this channel about the Hygger LED lights. The second one that I just did was the annual, this is, a year update on them. Okay, next thing you're gonna need is a heater, and check this out. So I'll bring you guys over closer. Okay. So got the heater in here. I know I need to clean these cords, but heater in this chamber, and a heater in this one. And I know what you guys are thinking, like, Tyler, why do you have a canister filter on your tank when it has an internal sump? Well, the pumps this tank came with, they went in here, and you can see the 2 outlets right here underneath the water. Maybe you can't. There you go, right here. So that lets you, that's what the tank came with. Well, I don't know what happened, but they both broke on me at the same exact time. So I upgraded with a canister filter. And I also wanted to, not everyone can just pop on a water pump in an internal sump. So I wanted to get a filter that anyone could use or put on any aquarium. All right, so I'm gonna just show you guys the canister filter real fast. Here we go. All right, there she is. I know it's dirty. It's really bad setup. I need to fix it, but my train of thought here is I'm about to move soon, like in the next couple months, so I just put stuff off. I know it's bad. Anyways, that's my train of thought on the aquarium. It's a pretty nice setup, but I wanted to show you guys my setup. It's a budget setup. Anyone can do this. The filter I think was like 65 bucks on Amazon. The lights were I think 60 bucks total for both of them, and they're designed for a smaller aquarium, but having the clip-on feature that allowed me to obviously use 2 for this aquarium. Heaters, yeah, the heaters are cheap too. It's all a budget setup, but it's all good equipment on a budget. So that's what works for me, and I hope it works for you guys if you decide to try it. If you're new here, my name's Tyler. I go by Ty on this channel. So Aquariums with Ty, welcome, and consider subscribing if you like seeing fish videos like this. I do fish videos and product reviews to help you level up your aquarium and to learn. So I'll see you guys on the next one.